I'm Venanzio Arquilla, nice to meet you. I know someone of you, but for someone other, thanks to come here to see the presentation of our master courses. I'm the coordinator of the course of study, and here with me there is Carlo Emilio Standoli, that is the secretary of the course of study. We are nearly, new coordinator and secretary, so this is our first presentation on master courses, but also we are the first coordinator and secretary that are designers. So we both studied here in Politecnico di Milano in different age, but okay, we are designer and now we are leading this course of study. So for us this is a good opportunity, and also we are working to renew the course of studies in terms to maintain this course of study, one of the most attractive in all the Politecnico. So as you know, Politecnico is really well ranked all over the world, so you are attempting to enter to the 5th school in the world, but as you know, is the first in Italy, is the first not English speaker as a mother language, but also is the first public university in the list that you can see nearby our logo. So this is a good honor, but this is also, let's say, a heavy question to maintain this level. But to maintain this level, the most relevant question are seated in front of me, so is you. Because this ranking is not only connected to the school and to the research that we do as a professor and researcher, but also by the placement of yourself in your next future. So these results are also connected to the quality of the students that we produce, and we hope to increase again this level. So integrated product design for someone is seen as the, let's say, duplication, let me use these terms, of the bachelor degree in product design. This is not true. This is not true because today designing product is something different, broader, and also here we will have a different approach with the product design field, where the product will remain one of the elements, but the product will be integrated by many and different other questions. So this is what we will give you, is the most updated design approach today. Most updated means that we will involve a lot of company, we will involve a lot of professionals, but we will push you up toward a multidisciplinary approach. So designing product today is something that is more complex than in the past, because the product become intelligent, so you need to study something in relation with intelligent systems. And because the product become digital, you should study something that is related with the digitalization of the product. And we will define the feature of the product, both in the, let's say, tangible and intangible aspects. Who one of you use every day or sometimes a week the voice control of your mobile phone? No one of you? You don't use voice control? Oh, okay, there is only one. Okay, thank you. Thank you for raising your hand, okay? But the next challenge for the designer is study the different way you can, let's say, interact with the product. And one of these challenges can be conversational design. And we will discuss also about this in the future. So the idea is that we want to give you some improvement on design culture based on the product. So what will differ or make different integrated product design from the other course of studies, and mainly from digital interaction and design engineering? The question is, we will have less relation with the technical part instead of design engineering, and we will be more focused on product instead of digital interaction design, because the product is part of a system. You remember, product today is a product service system, so it's integrated by services, it's integrated by experience. So our idea is link together in a proactive way design, technology, and new function. Someone called this function user experience. Okay, so today product is part of a full experience in with which you will deal during our courses. And we will pay attention both to the social and environmental elements that will, let's say, define the boundaries of the contemporary product design, okay? So our idea is giving you the opportunity to work both at the product level that will remain, and you will see throughout the description of all the courses, but also working on processes. Processes because the services are made by processes in which you are actor. Do you use bike sharing, car sharing, or let's say, I don't know, other kind of sharings? In these systems, you are the actor, but you interact with a product, but this product is connected into an ecosystem of information. You have an application, you pay with a credit card, you have a mobile phone, and so on, okay? So the idea is work in a situation in which the designer should work in teams, not alone, and should work in a different way, because the scenario that arises in connection with these emerging and new technologies, a scenario in which design is changing its role. But the good question is that there isn't a better moment to become designer, because design today is really well recognized, not only by the industry, the standard industry, but mainly and also by the service industry. So there are many companies, many consultancies that are enrolling product designer because they want to grow up. So just trying to synthesize, we will discuss about innovation processes, we will discuss about system thinking, and we will push you up in relation to the culture in which one you live. So you need to be ready to see the new, to see, to perceive the right feeling with what will be interesting for the next future. But also you will have the capability to understand the user, to read the market, but also to know how enterprises can evolve. You will be not in charge to, let's say, coordinate the R&D department of a company. You will drive the company toward a new dimension in which the product becomes part of an ecosystem, okay? And we will work in systems, so product service system or product system, okay? The difference in between integrated product design and product service system is exactly this. In product service system, you will know about the processes and the systems, you will design the service, but here you will start from the product. Is a different point of view, and you will be able to deal with both, as you can see. So one is the service, the other one is the product. What is relevant product design here in Polytechnico? Because everything started from a product design courses. So when I was students in the year 2000, I graduated in the year 2000, there were only one product design courses. In these product design courses, all these new fields of the design were originated. So service design was born in the product design school in Politecnico Milano, strategic design, design for sustainability, design for local development, and design for social innovation. So you are in one of the best place to deal with design. In this sense, integrated product design is a mixed and multidisciplinary approach in which you will understand the user experience, and you will deal for sure with the interaction design because the product becomes more complex than you expect. Be research and concept design. We'll have the opportunity to deal and to give the right value to the new technology. Someone described this element is the capability to humanize technology. So today there is too much technology in the world, and the role of the designer is to make this technology available for almost everyone in an inclusive perspective, okay? Third one is visual culture and humanity. We will push up your, let's say, capability to see what will be relevant in terms of interaction, in terms of shapes, in terms of experiences, because this is what we trust, okay? So, as you know, the course of studies will be 120 CFUs, right? These CFUs are divided in different questions. You will have an internship. Internship will be an interesting point of view, but also you will have elective courses. Also, you will have a workshop and thesis, but you will divide your competencies in between design, technology, and social and human sciences. And I will present you the course later on, okay? As you know, design is growing, and is growing faster than the Politecnico is not realizing how this is happening. And we are trying to transform also the engineering course in something that is project-based, okay? So for your future, for sure you will work in new product development service offices and department about company, but you need to define which are the industries in which you will work, okay? In Italy, there are a lot of small and medium enterprises. This can be an opportunity, but the most relevant part of designers are working in good consultancy. So you can become a professional, you can become a designer, an industrial designer. The idea is that you will work defining strategies on product systems. So not only the product, but the product with the ecosystem around them, okay? With all the element about identity and service. As you can see here, this is the 2021 release that you can go through in the career service websites. But you will see here that design lose some percentage, but the ones that took the course of design is more, let's say, satisfied than the other master's degree, more than the engineer one. So this means that today doing design and doing design here in Politecnico is a good opportunity. And as you can see here, you will see a number that is relevant in my opinion, that 92% of the students after the first year, they think that there is a coherence in between the process that they learn here and what the, let's say, job market is asking for, okay? And this is good for your future and for your career, okay? Here there are some occupational data you can discuss, and you know you are in charge on this. So all these kind of surveys are not so precise, in my opinion, but the numbers are relevant, and telling you that the 88% of the students of the master degree, Italian students, will find a job in 1 year from the graduation data. This is relevant, but the interesting thing is that in the master degree, the most relevant part of the student already works before being graduated, because the internship sometimes become the first job of this person, okay? You will see also the economics, but another interesting thing is that working to the people that 5 years after the graduation, 95% works in the field of design. So this is relevant as a topic, okay? Because sometimes happens that at the end of the course of study, someone will change his life, okay? So we have done some years ago a changing in this master. The master was named the Design for Innovation. And then we changed this together with the actual dean, Professor Francesco Zurlo, and we asked to some friends. These friends are important designers, but I named them friends because I studied any of them. Because these are designers that are graduated in the first era, so not Edgardo, but Patrizio was my, let's say, colleague in Erasmus stage, okay? Or maybe Odoardo Fioravanti was students of mine, or Sara Marassuti, or the other person here. We had a good discussion with them because they are now in charge of the most relevant company and design studio. So they are now the boss. So after 20 years from the graduation, they are responsible for the design and innovation in Design Group Italia, Gruppo Binda, Eni, Studio Volpi, the Deutsche Telekom, Studio Fioravanti, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And we asked them, guys, you are from Politecnico, you see every year more than 100 portfolio to improve your team and staff. What do you think about the Politecnico students? And they say, one of the most important things is the culture that they have. So not the technical skill, but the capability to understand aesthetic qualities and beauty of product. Okay? So we are designers, and to humanize technology, we need to make technology beauty. Okay? Cross-disciplinary approach, so the capability to work with different disciplines, but also the team working. That is the base with which you work during your design studio. And the capability to see the system and the systematic views, the user experience. So you don't know, but the product designer are the best user experience. Because today is something that is, let's say, is a redundant keyword, user experience. Everyone is dealing with the user experience, but people think that user experience is something new because it's connected with the digital. But if you think to the product designer, the first things that the product designer do every time design a new product is looking at the user and trying to verify something to make better life for people. Exactly, this is the reason why user experience now is relevant. So you need to think how to create and describe your profile, but being product designer today means also have a better approach toward user experience and know something about practice, but be creative in the solution. So the stress here in the master is strategic view instead of technical development of the product, okay? Capability to see the system. And these are elements that were recognized by them, but also they asked to improve into our course of study, okay? So if in the past, designing machinery like this was something that were only connected with ergonomics, right? Because the product were mechanical. Then the product became electromechanical and some audio and maybe air conditioning was enough. Today, if you may work in a company like John Deere, for example, you should deal with drone, remote control of the tractor, and whatever. The product is similar, okay? 4-wheel and many accessories on the back to do some job instead of the humans. But the trajectory to design it, to deal, to define innovation into these sectors are more open than you expect. And the capability to see where the product will be limited in the future is an only designer that study in integrated product design will have, okay? Because for sure you need to design the product. But the most relevant thing is also system. Look at this console. It seems like a gaming console, but is for hard work, okay? Sometimes people today stay drinking a coffee, tea, or beer, and the tractor will do everything by themselves. But someone, may you, have to be in charge to define the right process. And this is something that is happening in all the industries. So today there is a, let's say, overlap in between what technology can do and what the people will do with this kind of technology. So the most contemporary scenario and the limits are changing so much. So in your opinion, which is a company that is dealing with innovation in, let's say, automotive? A company that in the past were automotive producer. If I name it Tesla, you know? They were automotive producer in the past. They start with a big idea, with a big changing in mind, but they now produce vehicle, but before they were more technological than industrial, okay? And this is a changing relevant because change the way you interact with people, change the way you produce the product, change the way you will be someone that may define innovation in this kind of complex system that is already and every time changing. Also, we learned so much from COVID because we had the need to change fast in many things, mainly in social relation. I hope that we can come back to the normal quickly, but okay, you need to have the right capability to see the good also in bad perspective, and I hope this is not necessary. But this will be the way which we will learn and we will discuss with you. So you will have a capability to think as a designer, and design thinking is another, let's say, buzzword like user experience, and you will practice design thinking, but also you will have a vertical design tools that are related on the product and on the services and system that are around the product, okay? But the product will remain, is the focus, and the product is something that will definitely make system working or not, okay? All the information about our Master of Science are our websites. A lot of you that is also a student here in Politecnico don't know that this website exists, but please do productdesign.polimi.it. You will find all the information, and also we will share this presentation. So tomorrow you will see the updated presentation. In this way, you will have all the updated information on the website, okay? One interesting new things that we are facing with is this ambassador. So many of you know about the ambassador. Politecnico delivered a program that is named Ambassador, that is dedicated to MSc's master students from engineering, architecture, and design. And these ambassadors are, let's say, three. Ambassador in green technology, ambassador in smart infrastructure, and ambassador in inclusivity design. We discussed it with Politecnico because you as a designer are ambassadors to all these topics. But there are some technicalities, and we as an integrated product design decided to, let's say, talk part to these two products, green technology and smart infrastructure. So what this means? This means that you will have the opportunity to have a skill in specific area, mainly green or smart. You are not obliged, but you can, and this is a good opportunity. Acquire digital technology in a broader view, because you can, for sure, or may attend some courses in the engineering school or maybe in the School of Architecture. This will be, again, an opportunity because you will face with interdisciplinary tool, methods, and systems, okay? How it works? Easy. You need to do 12 CFUs, more than the standard, and you can choose these 12, so this means 2 courses. You can choose these 12 in a list that we will, let's say, provide to you about courses made by all the School of Politecnico di Milano, okay? What means? You have to do your 120 CFUs, okay, CFU. We defined 2 labs that are concept design studio, and I say to you that the language have not to be relevant, just because if some one of you want to have the smart design courses, the only one things that have to do internal to the course of studies, choosing the concept design studio smart. The other one that is interesting on the green have to choose the concept design studio green. And then you can attend 1 or 2 extra courses that will be listed in a specific list that is named the table B of these ambassadors, and you can complete the ambassador. At the end, you will be graduated in integrated product design, and you will be green or smart ambassador. Don't worry about the inclusivity, because you will have in your, let's say, elective courses, the first and most relevant course of inclusive design that you can select. So you will have in your portfolio also the inclusivity design studio. Here you can see the topics that are interdisciplinary connected with green and smart. So you will have the opportunity to grow up, both as a student, but mainly as a professional. So in the master courses, we will discuss as a peer. So you will discuss with us in a more direct way. We hope that the classroom will be less, let's say, big than the one of the first level of the bachelor. And also we will have direct contact, but also you can choose your topic, okay? And these are relevant and also challenging topics. This will be in September. So first of all, enroll to the master that you choose, okay? Secondary, in September, there will be a presentation that will recap all the information about the ambassador, and then you will have time to apply for the ambassador. Again, this is not mandatory, and you will follow, for example, the concept design studio, also if you don't attend the program of ambassador, okay? So don't worry, nothing changed. But if you wish, this can be, for us, a good opportunity. For this reason, we risked in applying with 2 ambassadors, and we are almost the only one that works in this situation, okay? You will have all the information. Please read your email carefully and follow the websites of the school or the course of study that maybe you will enter in, okay? So I will go quickly to an overview. So as you know, the course of study is made in 2 years. The first year you will have a product development studio. We will discuss about ecosystem and strategic and service design. Then you will have a life design and material and manufacturing design. This will close the first semester. In between, you can choose some elective courses. Mind that if you are following the ambassador, you need to, let's say, adapt also this choice. And then in the second semester, there will be concept design time, divided in green and smart. This was for us an opportunity because we divided the past concept design studio that were made by 18 credits into 2 different areas. So 12 credits for concept design, and then a new courses that will start this year that names Design Futures. Design Future because we will go in the direction that I told you before, okay? Defining scenario, innovative scenario, using innovative methodology and techniques. And then you will have innovation culture and theories, that is a theoretical method on the human side of technology, okay? And this is relevant for the future. So, product development studio, the first courses that you will attend, for the ones that come from Politecnico, is something that may synthesize in one course all the knowledge that you already acquired in the bachelor courses, but this will be the most relevant and the only one overlap, but not because it will be an overlap, because this is managed by different teachers from the ones that do, let's say, design studio in the bachelor degree. But here is also to, let's say, align all the competencies, because as you know, the course of study will be made by 90 students, lucky. 20 places are for international students, and they come from all over the world, trust me, all over the world. And then you will have colleagues coming from the other school in Italy and in Europe, because there will be, if we have more place than the ones with parameter N and V, we will have students coming from other schools. So this course is necessary to align everyone into the culture and the way we design. But these are made in collaboration with company, and many years here we win prizes, we have patented product and so on. So all the elements are developed in a highest level than in a bachelor degree, okay? Less technical, but more coherent in terms of proposing scenario and innovation. Then strategic and service design, you will properly deal with all the competencies that are connected with strategic and services design, but also user experience, user analysis, and research, okay? Then life design. Life design is relevant, is a courses that this is the first year we moved from the second year to the first year, just because your colleagues highlighted this question. So we discussed about this situation, we discussed about all the faculty, and we decided to move the course on the first year. What is life design? is a course in which you will reflect on yourself as a designer for the future, and you will have tools to better assess the team working and the soft and smart skills. Okay, this is relevant and this is original. Only here in integrated product design there is a course of life design. It's one of original situation in all the Italian university. Okay, it's something that sometimes students don't understand immediately because it has a different approach. So we made this with the School of Social Psychology, but they will appreciate later. So we receive contact and we receive thanks by the students later on because they come to verify in real, on field, during the job time, the capability and the lesson learned in these courses, okay? You will discuss also about portfolio because it's you. Design, life, or life design is relevant courses. Then you will have material and manufacturing for design in an updated view, okay? It will be the Professor Armilotta again, but version 2.0, okay? And please, don't worry about something that will be repeated because these are relevant tasks, okay? And you need to have this kind of competencies. I know that the Polytechnical ones knows Professor Armilotta because he's one of the most famous, but as you know, here in Polytechnical, when we deal with technology and material, we have teachers coming from engineering school, okay? Because Polytechnical is multidisciplinary in this way, and as for the past courses, we went to Università Bicocca because we haven't psychology here in Polytechnical. Also here we go looking for the best competencies in Polytechnic, okay? And then innovation, culture, and theories is a course in which really you will have this kind of human touch in relation to the technology. That is really important, and these courses is interesting because you will learn how to control the technology. You can see the, let's say, unavailable collisions is the way how to teach an artificial intelligence to, let's say, avoid collision. So if you have a children and an old girl or maybe a family, which is the route that you will, let's say, do as an artificial intelligence or a self-autonomous driving car. So these are decisions that are relevant, that have an impact on the society. And you will understand how, also in ethical perspective, dealing with technology has some relation with the human feeling, okay? Second semester, you will have the concept design studio. As I told you before, these concept design studio are the places in which you will start dealing with smart and green in a more coherent way. The first one will be on circular design, okay? And you will practice circularity into a design studio, and this one is also for the ones that will choose, let's say, ambassador green. The other one will deal with the most smart topic that we have, so space design, okay? Also during this Milano Furniture Fair, the Salone, in the next weeks you will find an exposition of these courses, so you can go around and look to see the results of our colleagues. And this will be our smart perspective, okay? So 12 credits and an interesting concept design studio. Then we will have design future, in which you will study methodology to foresee, forecast innovation, defining better scenario. And this will be challenging because you will be in charge to define the trajectory, the pathway that industry have to follow, but also user have to love. And this is complex. Second year there will be, let's say, final synthesis design studio. Then there will be courses that now is named design narratives, but we change it for the next year. We are discussing about something, again, innovative, may connected with the inclusivity. For that reason, we stopped at the inclusive design this year, but okay. This is, let's say, a forthcoming question that we will discuss next year, but trust me, this will be a relevant course in your profile and portfolio. We stopped these courses because last year was provided in the first year because we moved life design. So the next year we will restart, okay? So for this year, your colleagues are doing design narrative as for the past. Next year, there will be no design narratives because we will have life design both in first and second year, okay? For the ones that is already enrolled. This is a technical but relevant question, and I will do it, and we are clear. Then there will be a workshop, elective courses, pay attention with the ambassadors, internship and thesis. Also for the internship, there will be interesting opportunity. You can look for your internship, but also you can, let's say, start to see or to look to the proposals that are in the career days, but also we can discuss together some interesting internal internship just for the most relevant topic, okay? The final CDC design studio will be two. One, more related with inclusion design and more related inclusivity, but also concept generation a little bit more scenario based, just because to cultivate this element. The second one will be more connected to industrial company and technological company, will be led by me directly, and will be different from the ones that some one of you already had on the first, on the bachelor, because this year we moved from the bachelor to the master courses, but this happened 3 years ago on the reverse, so it's not a problem. And this year we will work with the Brown and the Longhi group, but also with Midea, dealing with, again, technology, but how to make technology disappear in this new scenario, okay? Design narrative will be redesigned, okay? But if you understood the final synthesis design studio are two, one is more, let's say, scenario based, and the other one is more practical based in relation with company. Design narrative will change, and the workshop, okay? You are used to deal with a redundant offers of workshop in which you need to choose. Also here is the situation. So you will be 2 sections and you will have 4 workshops. Let me say +1. So this morning we had a call, an interesting call with the Sony. Sony is a Japanese brand, maybe you know, for the PlayStation, okay? And we discussed about an opportunity to have another workshop for next year. May in collaboration with some other course of study, may with our colleague from Digital Interaction Design. So we are trying to transform these courses in a real multidisciplinary lab throughout all the 2 years activity. We are not sure to close all the gap, but for sure we will have. So Mauro Porcini is an interesting guy because he also wrote us some books, but he's a guy that comes here every year. He's the design manager of PepsiCo. So do you know PepsiCo? Is let's say what PepsiCo does? Food. Someone said beverage, okay? But PepsiCo is a food company, and they are interested in discussing with you how people will, let's say, eat in the next future, okay? And they are describing and defining new scenario together with your colleagues, okay? Here there are many scenarios made by your colleagues. Then we have Ron Gilad. Ron Gilad is a designer. He wants a lot of prizes, and every year we work with a different company. Here was a topic about lighting, but last year we worked for Alessi, for example. Every year we change company with Ron. Then we have Dui Fong, together with Ilaria Vitali and Gianluca Silvestrini. This is a good story. Gianluca Silvestrini was a student of mine in the first year of the Smart Design courses, and now he's design senior in Brown, okay? And he's working for Dui Fong, that is the design lead of the Gruppo De Longhi. The Gruppo De Longhi is De Longhi, Brown, Kenwood, and Ariete. And they will define project, innovative project in a positive design way, okay? That is the approach that they follow for the next generation concept. Ilaria Vitali, she is a colleague of you, and she is she already finished a PhD, and she's the first one in Politecnico that discussed about conversational design. So these systems are really relevant. And also, John Takara is one of the most relevant thinker on, let's say, green design and innovation. Is an author of different books that are really relevant for the design field. And we developed with him a lot of, let's say, scenario workshops. So you can choose what you want. As you have seen, from the most connected with the product, that is the one of Ron Gillard and maybe Dewey Fong, the one more scenario-based, one for green and the other one for company or future of industry. And then you will have the thesis. The topics are open. And here in master courses, the thesis is a project, a new project, an added project. As you know, there is the rules for thesis. You can do, let's say, a thesis that is 4 credits, that is named incremental, or I don't remember exactly the name, but something like consolidamento in Italian. Consolidamento, and the other one is research. So one is more project-oriented, the other one is research, that goes from -1 to 8 points, and the other one -1 to 4 points. Here you can see some images. If you go on our website, in the portfolio of the master, you will see every section, the highlight of the thesis. So you can have the idea. The thesis here is a research moment in which you will invest 6 months or 12 months, maybe integrated with your internship, but is not closed into the final synthesis design studio, but is something that can give you the opportunity to enrich your portfolio and can be integrated with your personal interests, also in a speculative way, okay? Because speculative design is another word that is interesting for us. As you know, Politecnico has a lot of international experience, and we are pushing you up to grow up as a designer. And the first things to open your mind is, let's say, trying to go out. We know that this is difficult because we have a good offer here, and it's difficult to find alternatives, but sometimes you will find alternatives in which you can maybe experiment something that is linearly aligned with your personal interests. So do research on the places, because Politecnico has more than 180 universities you can your internship, okay? And as you know, maybe people coming from Politecnico, I don't know for the other, you will have different opportunity. Erasmus in Europe, exchange in extra Europe, double degree, and Erasmus plus traineeship. But these are all elements that will work again in your smart skill. So if you understand from this presentation, the next rules is be open to the new, be curious, okay? And having the right skill to improve your knowledge. In the future, no one of us will know which will be the task or the topic that we will assess. You have to be ready to assess with almost everything. For that reason, you need flexibility, curiosity, research, and soft skill, okay? And the Erasmus, the international opportunity, is also something that will give you this. So in Europe, you can visit 23 companies with 145 partner universities. Extra Europe, only 17 countries, but they are most safe, and 68 partner universities. Why this difference? Because in Europe, you know, there is the Erasmus product that will, let's say, oblige all the nation to do something. About double degree, we have, let's say, a good opportunity for someone of you, because the number are reduced, but these are good opportunity. Good opportunity for visit South America. South America, may Brazil, Chile, and Colombia. This is, let's say, an opportunity, not for going only to Samba and to Carnival, but also to practice some different perspective on design, social issue, and maybe different relation with technology. But also, we have good opportunity with our historical partners from China, mainly the Tsinghua, the Tongji University. Okay? What means doing a double degree? This means that you need to do 3 semesters at Poly and 2 semesters at a partner university, in this case, and 3 semesters at Poly and 3 semesters at partner university in the other case. So this is open-minded perspective. May you will invest 1 year more, but at the end you will have 2 degrees and a relevant international opportunity. The most important part of students that take part to these courses may do the thesis working in between the international school and polytechnic. These are relevant opportunities, guys, to grow up. And I think you need to, let's say, invest a bit on yourself and also open a bit the situation also in the, be international. We are here also, Carlo is in charge for the international exchange program, so all the information are by Carlo, but also Politecnico is something that do open day every time. And every semester there will be open day like this one, okay? So I hope you enjoyed the presentation.